Well, howdy, model building fans, it's BG, and we're going to start off this bench update with some shop cards because we got a few shop cards in recently. Starting off with, we have a couple of Johns and a Tom. I probably shouldn't say that. YouTube might think I'm a lady of the evening. But no, seriously though, I got the shop card from John over Amateur Scale Models. There is his email address if you want one of his cards. Go check out his channel. He's got some cool stuff going on. He's got a 65 Chevy step side that he's working on. He's doing some rusting on that. He said he's using Mars's rusting technique, something that I need to try myself because it sounds pretty cool. And then he did have a tragedy in his life lately, so we want to offer our condolences to him and his family for losing a loved one. But John, thank you very much for doing the shop card with us, even with everything that's going on in your life right now. We truly appreciate that, and you have our thoughts and prayers, my friend. Next up is our good friend, Mr. Tom Rambler 69. Old Tom. I can't even do that. Not as well as he can. But yeah, we hung out with him at Acme, and we had a great time sitting next to him while we were doing that round table with Fred, the 10 questions. That was a kick in the pants. But yeah, I always enjoy seeing Tom and just talking to him about what he's got building, what's got going on. And then after my last shop card video, he asked me, he's like, "Hey, didn't I give you some cards at Acme?" I'm like, I didn't see anything on my stuff. I keep all that stuff kind of grouped together. And he was like, there was so many people, I probably forgot to give you one. So how about I send you one? So I was like, okay, cool. So he sent us this one here, which is pretty awesome, of course, with a couple of his, man, the guy knows how to build the hot rods and the dragsters. It's just when I grow up, I want to build like him. And of course, we also have this official one here for the Acme Southern Nats. That was awesome. QR code on the front there, so you can go to his channel and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And how about we do this? Pause the video. There we go. Cool. So go subscribe to Tom. Check out his channel. Of course, we'll have links in the description below for everybody we're talking about today. Love the color on that. That is just awesome. And then that that scoop, I guess I want to say air cleaner, but it's actually a scoop. That is awesome. That is awesome. And then our buddy John over at JD's House of Hobbies. Looks like he likes some Mercs, right? Got the box art in the back there. These are all really cool looking, but look at that Johan back there, huh? Oh, yeah. Boy, howdy, that's a nice one. But thank you very much for doing the shop card swap with us, John. I really appreciate that. I know you got a lot going on, buddy. You're working like all the hours, and but you're still squeezing in some bench time here and there. So good for you, man. Good for you. And yeah, John's got some cool stuff going on in his bench. He did a bench update the other day, and he's just got like tons going on. He's farther along on his USAC build than I am. I think everybody is at this point. And yeah, so there's that. But yeah, go check out these guys. We'll have the links down below. And now on to the rest. Okay, now on to the meat and potatoes of this here video. We're talking about the hot rod pickup truck, the street pickup truck we're doing for Blue Ox's Street Machine Group build. He already knows we're not going to finish this in time, and he's totally cool with that. He's like, dude, just enjoy yourself, do a good build, and have fun. So I'm like, okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Thank you. But we did add on our little pegs, our pedestals. Let's see if we can drill in a little bit there. Yikes, that was close. So I got these guys on here to keep it from tipping back. It's not 100% there. I just need to wedge in some shims, and I think we'll be in the ballpark for right now. So that's great. So that's sorted out. Yeah, I did think about cutting that bench out of there, but I thought it would be too much to just to have to fab up some door panels and then the back piece and everything. I thought, if I'm going to do all that, maybe I should just make an entire interior. I don't nobody got time for that. So so there's that. We have been doing some diligence on this on the cab here. We did decide to go ahead and delete the sunroof, even though this is from the 1970s. And from the comments I was reading yesterday, apparently everybody had sunroofs in the 70s. And I have a theory. No, it's not that they had just recently discovered that there was something called Sky. No, I have a theory that vehicles in the 70s stopped making convertibles for the most part. So people wanted to have, open tops and stuff. So T-tops and sunroofs and moonroofs, all that stuff came into vogue. So that's my theory. I could be completely off base, but I'm sticking with it. But yeah, went ahead and filled this with a chunk of styrene. Here's the bottom side. And yeah, it's not pretty at all, but we'll see if we can make that look a little better. Yeah, we've got a thick coat of primer on here. And let me show you what we use. I think I've showed this before, but we like this surface primer from Tamiya. This stuff is nice and thick. And if I remember correctly, this stuff doesn't actually come with a brush attached to the lid, but that's okay, because when you use up one of these guys, you can steal the brush off of that, pulls right off the lid, and then you can attach it, because these are just molded in different colors. They're the exact same thing. Stuff that in there, and tickety-boo, Bob's your uncle. Let's crack this open here. Take a sniff. And there you go. So if you're going to do like I do, where you just want to drop a tab of primer onto something, so that you can see how the, oh boy, it smells great. So you can see how the blending is going. That's a great way to do it. And then also I like to use it for, let's see if we can drill in a little bit more here. See how it's filling in those scratches. Does a really good job with that. So that's why I have patches of primer all, because I deleted the Scottsdale badges off of here. And we're sanding on this side here to get it down a little bit, and you can see it's filling in a lot of the scratches and stuff. So when we get a little too aggressive with the sanding sticks, that's just me. I press a little hard, I suppose, when we're doing that. But I get kind of vigorous. But there you have it. So yeah, it's not looking too bad. You can, if we get the light on there just right, you can sort of see where I have the bead of putty, and I'm using this stuff here, which guarantees not to shrink. So you can use it in the pool. Green putty, acrylic modeling filler. Now it's a filler, so it does do well in between gaps. It doesn't really do well on just putting it on the surface to try and cover a divot or something like that, or a sink mark, because it kind of doesn't adhere very well. You'd have to scratch the heck out of it and stuff. So this is great for filling in voids. Especially if it's a void that has a bottom to it. What does that mean? I have these pieces in here, so there's actually blocking. It's not a hole. It's just a little divot or what's the best way to say that? A separation in material. It fills that in really, really well. I've used this on a few figures that I've done that had 3D printed figures that might have had like a little hole here or there. They do great. It does great with that stuff. But trying to fill in an open area is not going to do that very well. So it does really great where there's a little bit of why does this keep wanting to change focus? I bet Mrs. BG messes with my settings. But let's see here. Let's drill in a little bit more so it doesn't confuse us. So there we go. Yeah, it looks like the Grinch spit all over it. But and you can see my scratches in there. I got a little overzealous, as I said before. But yeah, it fills in the little voids very well. So there's that. And then it sands down really easily. And it's also water soluble. So when it's still wet, you can just moisten the finger however you choose. I don't want to hear about it. But you can moisten the finger and just kind of go over it and smooth it all out. I just left it as it is. And it's like, it looks like cake frosting. We'll come back and knock it down once we get all this sorted out. But that's doing a heck of a lot better. There's a lot more going on with that than I would like, but it's still coming along nice enough for me to be happy with it. And then that brings us to this guy here. This is the Californian build that we're working on for our Model Car Mafia Christmas build. This one we're building as the Riddler's car, and we have a name. We're calling this one the Question Marquee. How about that? I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. But we're working on the Question Marquee here, and we blended in. We're going to have to zoom in yet again, folks. Blended the front valance in there very, very nicely. We just have a little bit of sanding to do here and there. We did do a coat of primer on this yesterday to take a look and see how we're doing. Got a little bit of a fill job right there. Not a problem. No, it was definitely fixable if I feel like worrying about it. And then on the roll pan back here, we have that all blended in very nicely. There's just a couple of little voids that we had to fill right here. We're going to sand this back and then reprime everybody. And then yeah, it's in gray primer right now, but we're probably going to knock it back with some white primer after we get this all evened out. And then we're going to go on to the color. Oh wow, color. You know, that's probably the hardest part of this whole thing, is figuring out the color. I've been experimenting with color. We know we want it green. We know we want to have like a purplish tone to the interior and stuff. I bought some TS24 yesterday, some purple. It's just plain old purple. This is what it looks like on the spoon, and everything looks good on a spoon, right? Even food. But I don't know, it seems a little too blue. So I bought this jar here, X16, also known as purple, but you know, it's not mixed. It's been sitting on the shelf, I guess, for a while at the hobby shop. So I'm like, dude, that's a bit more what I'm looking for. So hopefully when we mix this all up, it's a bit more pale than this guy here. Because if you remember the Joker's mask from, the Riddler's mask from the old Batman series, it was a very cool pale purple color. And I thought this particular mixture here, this is what is it? TS52 candy lime green over white primer with TS20 metallic green over the top of it. And I thought, man, that's because I had a really good luck with blending colors on that that Porsche build. So I thought, yeah, dude, if this comes out to be that pale, which it probably won't, I can still lighten it if I want to, but that says Riddler to me. And then we'll do black question marks all over the car. So yeah, this is really feeling like it's right. This is really feeling like this is the way to go here. But yeah, this is kind of a blend of these two colors here, and it worked out pretty well. So I'm really stoked about that. So we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, that's basically it. All these other colors, well, these are just ideas for other builds later on, and I think I have them. Oh, I don't have these annotated. Dang it. All right, I have to notate which ones are which and how they were done. Hopefully I can, hopefully I can remember. But yeah, we even tried doing some Charlie Mack Green there. I'm like, no, a little too comic booky. So there we are. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thank you all for your subscriptions, kind comments, especially on the videos that Mrs. BG partakes in. It just thrills me that everybody out there is so supportive of that. Thank you all. And if we don't talk to you before Thanksgiving, have a great holiday here in the United States. And we'll talk to you all a little bit later on. Bye now.